Now we're cooking. How's it going?
It's going okay. What are we doing right now?
That's it. How do you grind this?
Okay.
From current to medieval.
Medieval. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. We can thank the gift-giving exchange for the reason why we got this.
Beautiful. One grind size.
It's
Guess
one
what
for
grind size it is in the comments.
Yeah, guess right now. Pause the video, put your guess, and then come back. It's wacko, that's all I'm gonna say. We'll do the same thing on the hand grinder, and then kind of try to find somewhere on this Varia grinder, somewhere in between there. So we're gonna start with that. Then I think we'll do a little bit of brewing comparison side by side. Maybe just pull out the V60 and do a little easy brew of each, just kind of see which one extracts the best. As well as maybe some other things along the line. So we don't know what we're doing, we're figuring it out as we go, so.
We're gonna do it all. We're gonna do 3 grinders.
Yes.
That's all you need.
I don't know what's gone through this grinder either. Like, there's free drawers. Looks like a car from the north.
Oh yeah, this is
seconds. Okay.
all right.
Let's see what we're working with. Okay. You know,
That's like,
a little bit more uniform than I anticipated, but
look at that.
not great.
Yeah.
We'll see. How does this one feel?
Smooth.
Smooth.
Way
Much
smoother than the first.
Okay, well, I forgot to stop it, but it was about 30 seconds, so pretty close to the first one to start us off. So hand grinder, pretty close. Pretty similar grind size.
Cool.
Okay, so that was easy enough. So how was our impressions about this first guy? How was your grinding experience there?
It speaks for itself.
It kind of does. But in comparison to the hand grinder, it was pretty close in time.
Yeah.
I guess it was a matter of which one was easier to grind with. By comparison, hand grinder, similar kind of mechanism to this guy. Obviously better burr sets, more coated burr sets, a little more uniformity. You can adjust the grind size, this you cannot. The real question I think we're looking for though is, can you brew with this? So there'll be some footage here coming up that is the different grind sizes. So check those out. Okay, so this is Exhibit A using the Ancient Technique grinder. You can definitely see there is some non-uniformity. There's even some silver skin here from the coffee itself. There's a lot of variety of different grind sizes here. This is half of a bean right here. And then moving on to the hand grinder, you immediately get more uniformity. It's not perfect, but it is definitely more uniform. I would say the grind size we chose for this too was something that was close to what this is probably shooting for. I'm curious as to why that's in there though. We're gonna take that out. And then finally, the automatic grinder. Pretty close, almost identical. If we had a micron sifter, we could see exactly, but I would say, you know, that's pretty close. So now it's time to brew with them. Okay. Very underextracted.
Yeah.
Tasting notes of
Metal.
Yeah. It does kind of have a metallic thing, like you said.
That is real metallic.
All right, on to the next brew. The metallicness is gone.
Yeah.
Still underextracted as heck.
Yes.
Which, we're using a coarse grind size for all these, and we're only using a 1-pour method with the exception of the bloom, just to kind of make it simpler for testing. But this does have a little bit more clarity to it.
It's more coffee for not machinery.
Machinery and water.
Really good beat.
Wait for me. This tastes the most like coffee. It still is definitely under-extracted. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. It's a bit less though than the last one.
All the way across the board. I was kind of apprehensive. I was thinking that it was going to be a little bit pointless the way we were doing it because they were all brewing at the same times, but just because they were the same brew time doesn't mean they have the same extraction yields. Which makes sense since there's more solubles to be dissolved when the coffee's been a little finer, or a little more uniformly in this case.
Oh no, this is definitely the most like servable one.
It is.
Better be for that Vario price.
That's true. This is a really interesting one, this last one. By the way, in case you're wondering what coffee we're using, we don't know. It was in a canister of ours, and
Listen, don't worry about it.
don't worry about it. Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, alright.
Kind of recapping what we learned, if anything. This was the wackiest throwdown grinder video I've ever seen in my life.
Well, I mean, we have a winner. Who would,
Ding ding.
yeah, dang, who would have thought?
Who would have thought? But real talk, the things that I was most curious about was grind consistency as well as time to grind, and then just how those things perform when you're actually brewing.
I wasn't expecting these two to be like basically, for more or less, about the same as far as like time and consistency.
Yeah, definitely. If there is one thing that we could use as a discussion point, it's that a lot of times in coffee, especially, there's this kind of array of different amounts of money you can spend on gear, right? So something like this is a little bit of the higher end for home consumers. Something like a hand grinder is really easy to acquire. They're usually pretty affordable. This one was about $70. This is a bit of an exception because it was something that was found at
This was a gift.
and more or less found at an antique store. So in reality, antique store prices. When we're looking at gear, it's really important to understand why we're spending money in certain categories. And I think grinders would be a category that I would say it's worth it spending money. You see the biggest difference in your brews side by side, kind of even as we saw. Of course, I think there's a lot to be said too about using the gear you have and utilizing it to its full potential, because if this was really dialed in, this would probably perform much better in taste than this was. We just use a similar grind size than just changing it dramatically. Whereas having something like this, we can get really more finite details and have it more readily available because it's faster. Uniformity is a big thing here. This does not have good uniformity at all, as you'd expect. Even though it is kind of a burr, I have no idea what it's made of, other than it's some
thick.
chunky, rusty metal.
Yeah.
So hopefully we don't get, what's that disease you get whenever you step on a rusty nail? Tetanus?
It's okay. The coffee blocked it.
It's from caffeine. It just says kapow.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. We're not doctors.
yeah, we're not doctors.
We're
So
working coffee.
yeah, please. WebMD.
That's
That's us. Well, I hope this video was entertaining. If nothing else, it was goofy. We just wanted to try something and have an excuse to use this little guy. If you want us to do a more in-depth video with this, let us know. So like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, support us on Patreon, and keep us alive, Stay brewing out there, and just cheers.